Well, good morning again. It is October. No, it's not. Yesterday was the 31st. Today is the first day in November, November 1. And welcome to Not Yet 80. And we had an interesting morning. I had a Zoom call with my health provider. She's a PA and works for a doctor at Emory Cancer Clinic. And we discussed the most recent results of the PSA test. And it had climbed a little bit from the last test. We were at 0.8 or something like that last time. And this one we were at 0.14. So they start getting concerned when that number reaches 2.0. So we're away from that. But again, we're keeping close tabs. So I have another appointment in 4 months, and sometime in March. I put it on my calendar. So, what else was there? We talked about the impact of prostate treatment, and she suggested that I start taking Metamucil, because I took fiber gummies and that just made me nauseous. So we'll try that, see how that works. Maybe that will make things a little bit better on the that other end. Anyway, no. The election is now, well, this is the first. That's 4 days from now. And, you know, one of the things I say almost every day is Trump has said something new and obscene. And this morning, we have two that we can bring up. One, he said, I'm going to protect women, whatever that means, whether they like it or not. And I can tell you this, quite frankly, you say that to a woman, any woman, we're going to do this whether you like it or not. They are not going to react in a generally positive way. No, not at all. So that's number one. And number two, for some reason, he decided that he was being interviewed by some right-wing, nut, and said that Cheney, Liz Cheney, should be shot. That she should stand in front of 9 rifles pointed at her. Now, he may have been, some euphemistic, kind of, manner, but the nuts and the crazies that listen to Trump on a routine basis don't look at it that way. They look at it as a challenge or a demand, something that they need to go do. Oh, I would tell Ms. Cheney to, stay in the house. That goes beyond words. But I guess there's one more thing. I found this one really funny. Trump decided that it would be good for him, and we're still all trying to figure out what he was, thinking of doing, but he decided to rent a garbage truck put his name on the side of it, and then drive it in circles around an airfield or parking lot. And he had a difficult time opening the door and stepping in. And this is played on every comedy show. It's played 9 ways to Sunday, and people are commenting, like saying, idiocy, the idiocy of something like this. We couldn't, anti-Trump folk like myself, couldn't ask for a better closing image than Trump trying to climb into a garbage truck. Oh, but get this. He's wearing a orange, one of these safety vests, so that you know that you're, out in public and cars shouldn't hit you. And it's orange. It matches his face. Oh my word! Dukakis climbing into that tank is an equivalency, absolutely an equivalency. That I'm afraid that lost him the election. But so that's where we are on the political front. The early vote still looks very interesting in terms of who's voting, and given the last comment that Trump made, like it or not, he's going to get even more women running to the polls. That's probably not a great thing to say, running to. Anyway, going to the early polls where possible. I think today in Georgia, this is the last day of early voting. It all turns around the next week. And those numbers are drastically balanced in Harris's direction. More women are voting than men. And the Lincoln Project had this great commercial with a man and a woman going into the polls, and both of them going in at the same time, and she's in front of her private booth, and she looks over at another woman in another booth, and they exchange looks and a nod, a wink, and you see them both putting in and circling on their voting form Kamala Harris. And the ending of that particular commercial is voting is private. Nobody knows where you're voting. Anyway, I thought that was good. I told you, the folks that I've had a couple of new people, watch some of the earlier, versions of this. I'm up to October 25, and here's, of course, November 1, so I'm still a few days behind, but I hope to be able to catch up and put one on the day about what happened yesterday, kind of thing. So that should work. I didn't get a chance to play the Outlaws game yesterday. I think I'm back where I want to be, sort of. I haven't figured out how to save the game, which is crazy. I thought I had saved the game earlier, but it won't go back to that. So I'll keep trying. I do have the slicing skill now, and I'm in the process of updating my scooter again, because, as I said, I had to go back and redo a bit. And we'll see where that gets me. I've been reading a lot about some of the different things, what you can do in the game, and how to play, and the strategies and what have you. It's probably the most in-depth strategy, coherent game that I've ever seen, and nothing comes close to it. I mean, it's just one thing after another, and they're, just making more and more improvements, I guess. But it still hasn't received the accolades that it should. But we'll see over time as more and more people get to play. I have not learned how to play Sabacc, what I think is what you call it. So I've kind of avoided that at this point. But again, I'm looking forward to, trying to figure that game out. And it'd be nice if there was a place where you could play a fictional game, but we'll see. What else going on? This morning, I'm just with the dog myself. I'm not walking with anybody else, so that's good. And I'm trying to make this thing so it's not too terribly boring. And again, for those that are watching, thank you. And if you would, hit the old subscribe button. And we're at our 12-minute mark. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Take care and have a good day.